Boo-too. I am so sorry. I swore that I would at least finish, what was it, Supergirl Season 1, Episode 8, before the next episode happened, and then what happened? I ended up not finishing it, and then I ended up missing Episode 9, which I had no idea already came out. It came out January 4th, and I had no idea, because I literally thought that Episode 9, which is titled Blood Bonds, I thought it would come out later in January, but joke's on me. So, I'm going to this video, or depending on how long this video takes, this video or videos will be for Hostile Takeover, which is Episode 8, and hopefully I'll attempt to get Blood Bonds as well, because apparently, like, I had a week break of Supergirl, because this current week, because today is Friday, it's a little, well, it's a whole lot after 11 right now, and it's still which means it's still Friday, and a couple of days ago, 4 days ago to be more exact, I thought that Episode 10 was gonna appear, right? But turns out that this past Monday was a total Supergirl free day. I was like, okay, when's the next one coming out? And it turns out Episode 10's coming out next, what was it called? Next Monday, which I believe is the 18th? Hang on. Today's the 15th, so Episode 10 will be coming out on the 18th. I thought it was coming out on the 11th, but no, it's gonna be the 18th. But anyway, here we go. Let's see, pretty much, from what we left off, I believe she was, like, taken down by, Kara as Supergirl. From what I remember, she was, like, in the last episode at the end, she was straight up flying in the sky, all enjoying, like, her minor success, little success in Episode 7. All of a sudden, boom, she gets taken down from the sky by her Aunt Astra, and, like, Astra. Why did I say Astra? Aunt Astra. Anyway, Aunt Astra and, I think 2 assailants. I believe there were 2 other people besides Astra. But anyway, she basically fights them off and everything, but Astra's all telling Kara that, guess what? Found a way to counter that kryptonite. See this device? They had, like, the device on their, bodysuits that they were wearing. By the way, those suits look pretty interesting and cool, and, the fact that they managed to find a way to counteract the kryptonite was kind of an interesting thing, because from what my knowledge is, and keep this in mind, I'm, like, early to mid-20s, and, so I'm fairly young, and I haven't really watched, like, older, shows or movies that entitled to Supergirl or Superman, anyway, and, in my generation, I have yet to really see anything that counteracts with kryptonite. Not that I'm aware of, anyway, because I've seen them, in my generation, the Superman movies and shows. Like, for instance, in my generation, I remember Smallville. Not as much, because it's been a while, but, for the life of me, I don't remember anything related to, like, devices or anything to counteract kryptonite, so actually seeing one in this show is actually kind of interesting. I don't know, you guys could put in the comments section and be like, I've seen that, there is a thing, but I'm fairly young, so I don't know. But anyway, Astra also tells Kara, you know, join us. Together, I believe she says, like, join us, we could save Earth. Kind of like how I was trying to save Krypton, all that stuff, or something like that. And, she pretty much refuses and leaves, but when she comes back to DEO to inform her sister Alex and Hank, they don't want Kara to rush back. And, they don't want her to rush back to Astra, you know. They pretty much tell her, like, get some rest, you had a long day, and then you get attacked by your aunt and 2 other assailants. Get some rest, you know? And also, like, Alex, you know, in the previous episode, Alex finds out that Hank is not really Hank, but is actually the Martian, J'onn J'onzz, aka Martian Manhunter, who's taken the form of Hank after apparently Hank and Alex's father, Mr. Danvers, they were both looking for apparently J'onn J'onzz, who was a refugee, and basically the real Hank wanted to kill J'onn J'onzz, and Mr. Danvers is like, no, you can't kill him, and all that stuff, right? And that's how pretty much Mr. Danvers dies. I believe the real Hank killed him because he's trying to protect Martian Manhunter. I don't know how Hank died. Probably Martian Manhunter killed him in retaliation. I don't know. But anyway, since Alex found out that's not the real Hank, it's J'onn, she's like, you know what, Kara, you can trust Hank for now. It's okay, but I'm not gonna tell you why. And I thought that was like, why are you keeping it a secret? I honestly don't understand. I mean, wouldn't Kara be happy to know that she's not the only alien there on Earth? I mean, besides, of course, her cousin Superman. So, like, with her and Superman, there are officially now 2 Kryptonians. And for all Supergirl knows, her and her cousin, for all Kara knows, her cousin Superman, her Aunt Astra, and 1 or 2 or possibly 3 Kryptonians are there on Earth. But for all she knows, there could be, to have another alien that is not Kryptonian, like her cousin, her aunt, and all that, but to have an alien that's not from Krypton and is actually on her side, that's pretty cool. Besides, of course, her cousin. And I don't know why they have to hide it from her, but at the same time, I believe they explained that in the previous episode with the Martian Manhunter. Of course, I'm calling him that, but he's not going by that name right at the moment. But I'm gonna keep calling him that because that's who he is. But anyway, the following morning, if I remember correctly, at Catco, like, apparently there's this news thing going on, this big hit news that apparently Kat, her email server has been hacked. And the news apparently leaked this amazing thing, and it's like, oh my god, Kat's email servers have been hacked, and it's like revealing so many embarrassing messages from Kat that are like totally damaging her image and all that stuff, and like all her lawyers are like, it's really bad stuff, it's making you look bad, we suggest that you take a step back or you're just gonna make things worse. And I understand that. I mean, it can't be easy being famous. I don't know that luxury because I'm not famous, but when you're a celebrity and all that, and all of a sudden your most private thoughts get leaked out into the world, and some of it can be embarrassing because, you know, the world out there is so judgmental, especially when it comes to, you know, famous people who even have the smallest amount of, like, popularity. It doesn't even have to be like an actress or a musician. You could be like, you could just get your start on YouTube. Like, imagine like a person who just got their start on YouTube, and they're starting to get a lot of people subscribing to them and stuff. So they're slightly getting more well known than most other YouTubers that are starting out. They're not as famous as the other ones, like, you know, Markiplier and Corey Kenshin and Poised and all them, and Maximilian Dude. But they're getting their names out. They're starting to get known, and all of a sudden, like, all their past stuff catches up to them, and people are like, oh, look at how much of a nerd they were with all these. And, you know, I've even had that, even though I am not famous. I've had that moment where, like, when you're growing up, you really are trying to have a professional looking life, and your past catches up to you, and it's like embarrassing, and people judge you for that instead of who you really are now. And I don't really blame the lawyers to be like, you're famous now, but all this embarrassing past shit is coming back to bite you in the ass, so please don't make things worse. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. I spent like a good chunk of time talking about that, so I'm sorry. But anyway, Kara, from what I remember, Kara, oh yeah, she's telling Kat, like, that the issue pretty much will be resolved, and Kat's like, she pretty much calls a meeting with the board, and to pretty much go through all her emails, like everything, to find anything incriminating about her and like get rid of it or something, you know, so no one gets their hands on it, or whoever hacked her systems doesn't get a hold of it. And Kat pretty much asked Kara, you know, Kara, I want you in charge of this. I want you to go through all my emails, find anything incriminating, and just make sure the hacker doesn't get to it. And you know what? You could bring in James Olsen, and you could even bring your friend, what's his face, Win or whatever, to help out. Get the leak. And unfortunately for her, all her leaked embarrassing emails pretty much become front page news. This is cool. It's bad for her, but the fact that it becomes front page news at the Daily Prophet, that made me giggle. I was like, Daily Prophet, hey! But anyway, I thought this was interesting because the fact that Kat not only brought Kara, but also brings in Win and Jimmy. I know he calls by James, but I'm forever gonna call him Jimmy Olsen because he's Jimmy Olsen. But anyway, it's funny how this little task brought by Kat to Kara and Kara to Win and Jimmy causes a little jealousy between Win and Jimmy, and it also causes a little jealousy with Kara when it comes to Jimmy's relationship with Lucy, which is an interesting thing. It's like a quad jealousy. It's like Win and James both get jealous of Kara, but Kara gets jealous of... Win and James pretty much get jealous of Kara, while Kara gets jealous of Jimmy and Lucy. You know what I mean? And it's like... It went from love triangle to love square. Square. I know this is a rectangle, but I cannot really make square. But anyway... I'm at 11. Oh my god, I'm at 12. I could do it. I could get up to here. Anyway, in another part of the universe, pretty much, Astra, who apparently is not only her lieutenant, but apparently this guy is also, her lieutenant is also her husband, and his name is Non. Like, N-O-N. I don't know how to pronounce it. Non, I don't know, but it's N-O-N, and, I'm just gonna say N-O-N. But anyway, he pretty much asked his wife Astra, you know, why didn't you kill Astra? And Astra's like, pretty much explained to him she doesn't want to because, you know, Kara's family, and pretty much says, I'm gonna die before I allow another planet to end before I can save it, which is pretty much her talking about what happened to Krypton. And, I don't know if this was mentioned in previous episodes. It probably is. I haven't just been paying too much attention, or my memory sucks. But I believe, I can't remember, but did they mention Astra trying to save Krypton? I don't remember. In the previous episode, that might be there. But anyway, obviously that is a hint to her trying to save Earth like she tried to save Krypton. And back at the DEO, like Kara and Alex, they're pretty much practicing, you know, training exercise. And you're wondering how human Alex could have a training exercise with Kryptonian Woman of Steel, Supergirl. They pretty much had this cool looking place to train where pretty much they use a little bit of Krypton to kind of like dumb down Kara's powers. I wouldn't say dumb down, but you know what I mean. Like, it pretty much stops Kara's superhuman strength so she could fight her sister at a human level, which I think is pretty cool. And I'll probably get more to this because I am running out of time again. As predicted! It's probably because I kept going on about the whole celebrity thing. But anyway, I have a feeling I'm gonna get like at least three videos in this, because this is already my first video. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Unfortunately. But anyway, like, I'll see you in the next video. I most likely will have a third one. I have a feeling I will, because it's a lot of information. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video, BootTube.